So you did it. You powered through the written exam to become a trademark agent in India, and that is a huge deal. But now you're facing that final hurdle, right? A super short, maybe 15-minute interview that's going to decide everything. Let's break down exactly how you can walk in there and just own it.
Look, this isn't another 4-hour exam. This is a sprint. It's a face-to-face, high-stakes conversation, what they call the viva voce. So the real question is, how do you get ready for a match that's basically over in a flash?
You know, in any game, you have to know the rules, right? You got to understand the pitch conditions. And for this interview, that means getting a handle on the logistics. Like, who are you talking to, and exactly how long do you have to make your case? Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, your panel is not just one person. It's a team of 3, and they each have a totally different perspective. You're going to have a departmental representative who's probably thinking about process and procedure. Then you've got an academic who wants to see if you really get the theory. And finally, a practicing professional who's looking to see if you can solve real-world problems. You've got to impress all 3.
And you don't have a lot of time to do it. Just think about the sheer numbers here. You've got about 195 candidates, 5 panels, all in one day. That works out to roughly 40 interviews for each panel, which means for you, you get a tiny window, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, to prove you've got what it takes. There is absolutely no time to warm up. Every single second counts.
So, what are they really trying to figure out in those 15 minutes? It's really easy to think it's just another pop quiz on the Trademark Act, but honestly, that's not the point at all. They're digging for something much, much deeper.
See, that long written exam, that was all about what you know. They've already ticked that box. This interview is all about how you're going to apply that knowledge. They know you can memorize the rules. Now they need to see if you can think, if you can act, and if you can communicate like a professional they actually want to work with every day.
In this quote from a former panelist, it says it all. I am interested in knowing what you know. I am not interested in knowing your ignorance. Get that? Their goal isn't to trip you up or catch you in a mistake. It's actually to give you a chance to shine, to show them what you're capable of.
So how do you show off those practical skills? Well, you do it by really truly understanding what a trademark agent does day to day. The work itself and pretty much any question they'll throw at you really boils down to 3 main areas.
Now, yeah, things like enforcement and commercialization are definitely part of the job. But for the folks at the Trademark Registry, their world really revolves around 2 things: registration and compliance. That's your main point of contact with them. So it makes sense that that's where most of their questions are going to come from.
Just think about the whole registration process like a journey, with these key stops along the way. You've got the initial application, then you get that first examination report you have to respond to, then it gets advertised, and you might even have to deal with an opposition. Every single one of these steps is a gold mine for a practical, what would you do kind of question.
And once that trademark is registered, your job isn't over. It just shifts to managing it. And that means you have to be rock solid on 3 key ideas. You can think of it like this. Transmission is when the law automatically transfers the mark, like during a company merger. An assignment is a straight-up sale. It's sold, done. And a registered user? That's basically a formal license, where the original owner still has to keep an eye on quality control.
Okay, so knowing your stuff is the price of admission, but in a 15-minute interview, how you say it is just as important as what you say. Your whole performance is being watched.
Your whole strategy has to be built on 2 things: clarity and confidence. Keep your answers tight, sharp and to the point. Aim for under 3 minutes. And hey, what if you make a mistake? Don't freak out. Just own it, correct it, and move on. Real confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about how well you recover.
And on the other side of that coin, there are some really obvious traps you need to avoid. Little phrases like "I guess" or "I believe," they just scream uncertainty. And whatever you do, don't try to bluff your way out of a tough question. They'll see right through it. Remember, this is a professional interview. Stay calm, be respectful, and act like someone they would actually want to work with.
All right, you get the format, you get the mindset. Now, what should you actually be studying in these last few hours? Here is a high-impact checklist, focusing on the stuff that really connects the textbooks and the real world.
These are the concepts you need to have locked and loaded. You gotta see the big picture, how trademarks fit into the whole IPR universe. You absolutely have to master the key differences, like infringement, which is for registered marks, versus passing off, which is all about protecting the goodwill of an unregistered mark. And of course, you have to be totally fluent in all the procedures, from international agreements down to local appeals. This is the raw material for all those practical questions they're going to ask you.
So there you have it. That's your playbook for the trademark agent interview. Just remember, this isn't a memory test. It's a test of how you think on your feet. Focus on the practical side of things, communicate with confidence, and nail those core topics we just covered. Now, go win your match.